Well, we couldn't wait till the season got here, and now it's here, and my mind is about to explode. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome to Detroit Lions Syndicate. If this is your first time here, we talk all things Detroit Lions, so subscribe to the YouTube channel because the information is rolling out, and it's so fast I can't even keep up, but I'm going to make sure I do the best I can, picking the right story to give you something juicy that you can sink your teeth in for your Detroit Lions. So subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll get notified of every video. After 2 months of nothing to talk about, scavenging like scavengers for stories, now we have an overabundance of stuff to talk about when it comes to the Detroit Lions. One day, I hope that I can take my talents to the actual field, maybe get a credential pass, press credentials, and be like Dave Burkett, Jeremy Reisman, and those guys, have a firsthand view of the Detroit Lions. But one thing I want to do is remain a fan, and that's why I created the Syndicate of sports channels, because I want the fan to remain. Even though we can be analysts, I want us to remain fans. First and foremost, I don't have access to the team, but there are others, credentialed people that do. And one of those individuals is Jeremy Reisman. Now, what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start linking the articles in the description so you can check out the entirety of them. But this article, Jeremy talks about 5 risers and 2 fallers after 2 days of camp. Now, it's too early to really come to a conclusion about per se good things or bad things. Out of the 7 things that Jeremy talked about, I'm going to pick 2 that he mentioned and express my thoughts on those. You can check out the article for the other 5, but let's get into my thoughts about one particular riser and one particular faller when it comes to Jeremy Reisman's article. One of the people trending up that Jeremy talked about really does excite me, because if you've been paying any attention to my channel and the one before this, the Gridiron Blitz, I'll link that in the description as well. You know that I have been screaming for an edge rusher, and he says that Aiden Hutchinson is trending up. Aiden did not get a lot of love after the draft. I think we expected that to happen, so it was no surprise. He kind of comes in, does his work, but to actually see him on the field and get those eyes on what he's doing means a whole lot. So according to Jeremy, he says Aiden Hutchinson is on the rise. Here is his thoughts. Trending up Aiden Hutchinson. In the spring, Hutchinson was mostly working with the second and third team, but the Lions aren't messing around now that training camp has begun. On Wednesday, he was basically splitting the time with Julian Okwara on the edge, and on Thursday, it was almost exclusively Hutchinson with the first team. And he looked apart. During Wednesday's practice, he had at least 2 would-be sacks, and on another rep, he had the entire defensive roster calling for a hold on Taylor Decker after a clean beat. I know it's early, but it's very exciting because this is the person we've been looking for. I did a comparison video to Nick Bosa a little bit before. Now, remember, the other 2 second overall picks that were defensive end in Nick Bosa and Chase Young both won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Bosa balled out, and Chase didn't do that bad either. Now, granted, we're only on the second day, but this is what we expected from this young man. We expected him to be the beast that he's forming to be. That was something I really wanted to point out because I feel like Aiden has not really gotten the love since we drafted him. That's one trending up, but what about the one that I want to choose trending down? Now, let's go to a faller. There's only 2 in this article, so I had to pick one, and obviously I picked the one that caught the most attention, and that would be, according to Jeremy, trending down is the offensive rhythm. Jeremy says one of the goals for this offseason for the offense was to get to the line quicker and use a lot of pre-snap motion to keep the defenses on their toes. Those are clearly goals they continue to emphasize. But on Thursday, they had to scale that back a bit. On at least 3 different occasions after the offense had broken the huddle, offensive coordinator Ben Johnson blew his whistle before the snap to make the team huddle up again due to a mistake. This isn't all that out of the ordinary this early in camp for a new offense and new philosophy, but it does serve as an important reminder that much of this is new. It's worth remembering that very rarely do new systems look perfect right out of the box. So should we be concerned about the Detroit Lions offense being out of rhythm 2 days into camp? I'm going to say yes and no. I'm going to say no because obviously these guys just had the last couple of months off and haven't really done this type of work in over 6 months. The Lions took their last snap on January 9th of this year. So they've got to get into a rhythm. And they do have a lot of new pieces on the field. We're going to see those kinks worked out day after day, practice after practice, and we have the preseason coming as well. Next Friday, the Lions take on the Atlanta Falcons. So they've got to get into a rhythm. It's early, so to be out of rhythm is expected, but as Jeremy mentioned, there is a lot more to this offense than there was last year. One of the criticisms to Anthony Lynn's play calling last year was the simplicity of it, that it wasn't a lot going on when it came to the offense. That could have been because of his lack of creativity or because of Jared Goff and him having to get comfortable in a new system. So let me know in the comments below, are you concerned about the Lions offense? I mean, we looked bad early on, but then we look good toward the end of the season. And I think we'll be just fine. These guys got to get back in the rhythm. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, this article will be linked in the description so you can check out the full article, what Jeremy thought of all the risers and the fallers, as well as he and other sports media crew get to see firsthand and first what the Detroit Lions are looking like 6 months removed from the 2021 season. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. I know we're going to get a lot of stuff, and you probably still will only see one video from me, and very rarely will you get a video over 10 minutes. Usually I try to condense everything possible. There's no need to be drawn out content for 10 minutes, for 12 minutes, or longer to talk the same thing over and over. So that's what you're going to continue to get from me on this channel, and that's why you want to hit that notification bell. I'll just try to stay focused on one general story, try and pick the best one, incorporate as much as I can, and use my community tab for the majority of the other stuff. We have 45 days into the Lions season opener and 15 into the first preseason game. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself, and as always, go Lions.